A cool mist rises into the morning air, catching the sunlight in a shimmer of color. A low, steady thunder fills the world, growing louder with every step. Then the river ahead simply vanishes over a great curving edge, and an immense wall of water comes into view, endlessly pouring into the gorge below. Clouds of spray drift upward like rising smoke, and the ground itself seems to tremble with the sheer power of it. Few places on Earth combine such raw force with such beauty. Tiny boats drift near the base, dwarfed by the roar. This is Niagara Falls. Welcome to Wild Earth Wonders, where we journey together to the most breathtaking natural places on Earth. Today we travel to the border of the United States and Canada to stand before one of the most famous waterfalls in the world. We will discover how these falls were carved at the end of the last ice age, just how much water thunders over their edge every second. The three separate falls that make up the spectacle, the rainbows and light that surround them, and why so many millions of people travel here every year. So settle in, relax, and let us take you on a cinematic journey to the very edge of Niagara. Let's begin. Niagara Falls sits on the Niagara River, the natural border between the state of New York and the Canadian province of Ontario. It is not a single waterfall, but three. The largest and most famous is the Horseshoe Falls, a vast curved wall of water on the Canadian side, stretching some 670 meters across and plunging more than 50 meters down. Beside it, on the American side, lie the American Falls and the delicate Bridal Veil Falls, divided by small rocky islands. Together they form a single breathtaking stretch of falls water that has drawn travelers from around the world for centuries. The story of Niagara begins around 12,000 years ago, at the end of the last ice age. As vast glaciers melted and retreated, the enormous volumes of water that carved new rivers across the land. The Niagara River was born, carrying the overflow of the upper Great Lakes toward Lake Ontario. Where the water tumbled over a hard ridge of ancient rock, a waterfall formed. Over the centuries, the rushing water has slowly worn away the softer stone beneath, causing the falls to retreat gradually upstream and leaving behind the deep gorge we see today. Niagara is, quite literally, still on the move. What truly takes the breath away at Niagara is the sheer volume of water. At peak flow, well over 2,000 tons of water pour over the edge every single second, making it one of the most powerful waterfalls in the world by flow. The Horseshoe Falls alone carries the vast majority of it, a churning, foaming curtain that crashes into the river below with a roar you can feel deep in your chest. So much energy flows here that much of the river is also harnessed to generate clean hydroelectric power for millions of homes on both sides of the border. Niagara is a place of constant motion and light. The endless crash of water throws up huge clouds of mist that hang in the air above the gorge. When the sun breaks through, scatters mists the light into brilliant rainbows that arc across the falls, sometimes more than one at a time. At night, colored lights wash the cascades in shifting hues, turning the water into a glowing spectacle. And in the cold of winter, ice and frost form the surrounding cliffs into a glittering white wonderland. No matter the season or the hour, the scene is never quite the same twice. For the closest view of all, visitors travel right to the foot of the falls. Famous boats carry passengers, wrapped in rain ponchos, into the swirling spray at the base of the Horseshoe, where the thunder is overwhelming and the mist soaks everything in seconds. Others walk through tunnels and out onto platforms built into the rock, feeling the water pound just meters away. From tall observation towers high above, the full sweep of all three falls comes into view at once. However you choose to see it, standing close to Niagara is an experience of pure elemental power that very few people ever forget. People have been drawn to Niagara for a very long time. Indigenous peoples lived along the river and held the falls in deep respect long before others arrived. In later centuries, the falls became one of the most famous natural attractions on Earth, a magnet for honeymooners, daredevils, and sightseers alike. Today, Niagara welcomes many millions of visitors every year from every corner of the globe, with parks, walkways, and viewpoints lining both the American and Canadian shores. Few natural wonders are so immensely powerful, and yet so easy for almost anyone to come and admire from just a few steps away. Niagara reminds us that some of the Earth's greatest forces are also among its most beautiful. The same flowing water that carved this gorge over thousands of years still pours over the edge today, exactly as it has for countless generations. Standing in the rising mist, feeling the ground tremble beneath your feet, it is impossible not to feel a deep respect for the quiet, patient power of nature. Wonders like this belong to all of us, and to those who will come long after we are gone. They remind us to pause, to look, and to protect the wild beauty our planet so freely shares. Thank you for traveling with us to Niagara Falls. If this you, please subscribe to Wild Earth Wonders and turn on the bell so you never miss a new destination. Give this video a like and tell us in the comments which natural wonder you would like us to explore next. And until then, keep looking up, keep dreaming, and keep exploring this beautiful planet.